Good morning, all. Let some participant will join. The speaker will join soon. He is a fellow from the IIT. Little bit work is going. Just within 5 minutes, he will join. Kaushik sir? Kaushik sir, am I audible to all of you?
Please, please.
Yes, sir. Kaushik sir, have you joined? Is it clear?
Yeah, absolutely fine.
Okay, okay. Thank you. So, good morning to all of you. This is today's the third session of this AICTE sponsored FDP program. So again, it's an opportunity to all of us to discuss with Dr. Kaushik Pal from the IIT Roorkee, was present in the yesterday in the first session. So it's our privilege to welcome Dr. Kaushik Pal, the professor from IIT Roorkee. Welcome, sir, for this session 3 FDP program. And after his discussion, sir told that if anybody want to interact, you can able to interact it today. No problem at all. Sir gives sufficient time to all of us for the discussion. So now I request to Kaushik Pal sir to continue his presentation with the discussion of the session 3. Welcome, sir, and start your session.
So, a very good morning. Thank you, Dr. Rath, for introducing me. So, can you see my presentations?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Carry on, sir.
Okay. So, let us start today's lecture. So, yesterday, basically, I was talking about that what is the artificial intelligence and what is the machine learning, and how we can attach these two for the digital manufacturing. About that, what is to introduce certain new things to the systems. So of course the systems is having some acceptability over there. Maybe in some cases it can be accepted, or maybe in some cases it can be rejected also. So before going to introduce anything, so first basically we are going to run it by trial method, and then after successful completions of the all the trial methods, so basically we are introducing everything into the systems. So it's not possible that certainly that we can move directly, we can introduce the artificial intelligence or maybe the machine learning in the digital manufacturing. So what the industry nowadays they are doing, so slowly they are introducing the artificial intelligence or maybe the machine learning for a small zone, and then after that when the all zone will be compatible with all these techniques, and then or maybe the technology, then they can assemble all the things and the whole industry then can follow or maybe run by these two techniques. So basically what is happening, let us start as yesterday as we I was talking about. So basically I was talking about the industry 4.0 or maybe the digital manufacturing. So basically industry, what is industry 4.0, that I'll come more later, because it is a brief idea that what is basically the industry 4.0. So basically it is the fourth industrial revolutions. As we know that those who are dealing with this industry 4.0 or maybe the supply chain management or maybe the industrial engineering part, they may know that we have started with industry 2.0, then we have come through 3.0, and now we are entering into industry 4.0 basically. So basically, fourth industrial revolutions is the new technological paradigm where digital systems, internet, and the conventional industry merge together. Now you can understand that what is basically 4.0, where we are using the digital systems, internet, as well as the conventional. That means we are merging it with the conventional one. So earlier days in industry 2.0 and 3.0, basically what is happening, we are having certain technology. So slowly Dr. Rath,
Yes, sir.
can you hear me? Some noise is coming. I don't know from where it is. So can you ask all the audience to mute their mic? Yeah, now everything fine. So basically the thing is that which I was talking about. So now they are trying to implement this particular technology, or maybe this particular artificial intelligence, or maybe the machine learning one, so fully. So now they are mixing with the conventional one, and of course certain time in the near future what will happen, this conventional industry or maybe the conventional techniques will be removed, and now everything will be taken care by the artificial intelligence or maybe the machine learning. So it is a set of emerging technologies that allow the hardware and device to communicate autonomously to each other along with the production networks. Now, this is the techniques. So that means whatever the hardware, that means your machines or maybe your equipments. So whatever the command I am giving, so basically the machine or maybe that instrument will perform according to that particular commands or maybe that particular logic. And what will happen? So the machine will continuously do. Now in the below image, so it is a very good example. So basically you can see that how it is taking care. So only 2%. So one person is basically giving the command and all these things, and another person is only collecting the things. Now first initial stage, you can see that here the empty bottle basically it is going through, and then it is filled up, then labeling can be taken place, and then sealed, and then after that, so one person just he is doing the packaging kind of things. So that means only the 2 persons can do the whole thing. And now you can understand that everywhere you are having certain checkpoints. So you can see that the bar kind of things, like metal detector of kind of things, so which is basically giving that whether the job has been done by that particular machine or not. And if somewhere it gets any kind of faults or anything, so simple, it will give a feedback to that particular persons which operating the whole process, and then after that he will stop and he will rectify those problems, and then after that again it will go. And not only that, you can see there is one cloud kind of thing. So basically what is doing, so all the informations particularly it is going to the cloud, and through cloud it is coming to the that particular persons. Why we are putting any cloud or maybe any kind of storage system? So basically it is just getting, or maybe it is just storing that whatever the problem it is taking place, how the machine is solving, and then in the future if that same problem may occur or maybe the persist, so automatically the machine can solve this, because now machine is just storing that information. Yes, suppose I am having these problems, so this is the solutions. So if the same problem will occur for the future, so automatically the machine knows that if this problem, so I have to take this remedy. So machine will automatically do. Now the digital manufacturing leads to the creations of the smart factories where computer driven systems will control the production process. So everything you can do it by just in front of the computer. Or maybe after a certain time it may happen that you need not to go to the industry, from the home itself you can control the whole systems, and you can see all the process and your product can be done. Make decisions based on self-organization mechanisms. Yes, of course, that is the biggest thing. That is the make decisions based on, means you are controlling the whole system. So if there is any problems or there is any drawbacks, so you can take your own decisions and you can do it, and you can do the self-organization mechanism. So if you are having the small industry also, so you can do it. If you are having the large industry also, that is also possible, but you are the master who can take the final call. Next, what is Industrial Revolutions 1.0? Now I'll go into the little bit deeper. So basically it has been started in the year of 1800. So you can understand that almost 200 years ago we have started these first industrial revolutions. So first transition to new manufacturing process. So that time basically purely from the raw, just we are starting. So this transition included going from hand production methods to machines. So that time we are producing all the machines and all these things. You can see that industry 1.0. So I have given an examples or maybe image over there. So that was the basic techniques or maybe the technology we have adopted that time. So new chemical manufacturing and iron production process. So just now at that time we have introduced that how we can take the iron or maybe the metals or maybe the minerals directly from the mines and all these things. That time equipment was not so sophisticated. maximum equipment was run by the basically I can say that by the human, or maybe the manually we want to do it. So these all are the case. That time instrument is not well digitized, or maybe the well equipped. So I can tell you that in our life also we had very old movies, maybe before the independence, or maybe quite old. So that time in our all the kings and all these things, when they are sitting over there, you can see that there are two persons. Basically their role over there, that in the top of their head we are having one cloth kind of things. So basically they continuously all the day 24/7 the persons are changing, but they are rotating or maybe swinging that particular cloth. So that means that time fan was not there. So I was talking about the fan. Basically the fan was not there. So I am talking about this one. That means nowadays so many fans has come, so many models has come. Nowadays the fan is controlled by the Alexa also, or maybe in your mobile. Or suppose if you are keeping switch on your fan on light, and somehow you forgot to switch off, and then you went outside, but from outside simple you can having some your mobile device is having certain software, so simply you can stop from anywhere in the world that is the total electricity in your home. So that is all kind of things. So how the generation is basically progressing. So this time is the oldest one, when we have started just to take out the materials. We don't have so many process, we don't have so many automations, and thus you can understand the increasing use of steam power and water power that time, development of machine tools, and the rise of mechanized factory systems. So that time basically this industry concept, or maybe the factory concept, is basically starting. So that is the in the year of 1800, basically when you have started the industrial revolution 1.0. Next we have come to the industrial revolution 2.0 in the 1900s. So basically 100 years it took to form, or maybe to change from industry 1.0 to 2.0. So mass production has been started. So earlier days there was no mass production kind of things, only a single product. Then again you are starting the newer one, then again you are starting from zero. Like that way you are doing. Now in this particular case basically we have started the mass productions, machine powered by the electricity, so that is not manually operated, and the combustion engine has come into the market in this particular era. Steel is often cited as the first of several new areas for industrial mass production. So that time basically steel has been introduced into the system. So the maximum industry or company, they have started the steel in this particular area, or maybe in this particular zone. Next come to the industrial revolutions 3.0, that is we have started in the year of 1970s. So basically from 2 to 3 it has come more quick than 30 years ago. So the introduction of the computer and IT, the industrial robotics results. So slowly we are decreasing the human interventions over here. So in the advanced automations in the production process, this was the starting time of the information age. So informations, or maybe the informations technology, in this time it has come, it has merged with the engineering systems. So industrial engineering systems, so basically in that case information technology has come into the picture. So this is the industry 3.0. Now come to the industry revolutions 4.0, basically which we are talking about, or maybe which are yet to come, or maybe already has come. Basically now we are in between the 3 and 4. So automatically slowly we are moving to the 4. So we are into the verge in, or maybe the in between of that in some cases. So the present era can be termed as the industrial revolution 4.0. The time of the introduction of the IoT, in which the advanced computer system and industrial robotics has resulted in the huge growth. Now you can understand, first it has taken 100 years, then it has taken 70 years, then it has taken 30 years. So basically now it is taking the 30 years over there. So the time of the introduction of the IoT in the advanced computer system and industrial robotics has resulted in the huge growth. It includes digitizations in the supply chain management. So digitization has come. So earlier days we used to take out the money and all these things. Now everything has been digitized in banks, in everywhere, all the offices. Now we are going through the digital. So no, and also we are trying to make the paperless kind of things. So automatically in future, any kind of approval, any kind of letter or anything has come into the digitizations. Not only that, you can see that earlier days we used to write the postcard or maybe envelope to write some letter or something to our relatives or maybe the nearer one. But now everything has come into the mail. Even if not only that, everything has been changed. So in that, so many softwares are there which can recognize your birthday or maybe your anniversary day or maybe something else, and automatically it will propose that basically for that day what you need, whom you have to send. You can go through that when I am talking about the Facebooks or maybe the Google or maybe some LinkedIn. So all these kind of platform, basically you can contact with your friends, you can keep contact with your friends. Earlier days we used to use certain kind of mails, or maybe if you are going abroad, so you cannot contact with others. Now everywhere, so basically you can change it. So basically you can see that particular things over there. Where it is, just let me check it out. Yeah, absolutely. So now the question is that the present era can be termed industrial revolutions 4.0. So the time of the introduction of the IoT in with the advanced computer system and industrial robotics has resulted in the huge growth. So it includes digitizations of the supply chain management, manufacturing automations, wide range of digital product and the service are introduced. So key factors to focus like minimum efforts. So automatically human interventions has been decreased. So what will happen in due to that? मैं आपको कॉल कर लूंगा, अभी मेरा एक लेक्चर चल रहा है, सो आई कॉल यू. So minimum time utilizations you need, and then optimum utilizations of resources basically. So what is happening? So these all are the case where basically we are moving towards for the near future, so that human efforts will automatically decrease, and like that way the human error also will be minimized. So advanced data analytics help to achieve the more accuracy and the perfections. Now, how does basically AI work? So AI works by combining large amount of data with fast iterative processing and intelligent algorithm, allowing the software to learn automatically from the patterns of features in the data. As I told already, so computer, now you are giving the brain to the computer. Earlier days, computer was like a machines or maybe some kind of things that I am, whatever the command I am giving, it will perform like that. Now, basically, you are putting the brains into that machines or maybe that computers or maybe robots. So now they can take the decision, and it is not very far that probably last year I have visited when ISRO. I am giving you one example. So first humanoid, so it is the name is humanoid they have given, and they have given the name of that particular lady, which is basically a robot. So our is sending with the Gaganjan first time. So that robot is having the brain like human being. It can take all the decisions, it can perform all the jobs like a human, and just it will go to the universe, it will take all the informations, it will perform, it will stay over there. So these all are the things is coming into the near future. So basically how it is working, so basically you are giving the inputs like speech, text, context, outcomes. Speech has already come. So in your mobile, if you are having some latest mobiles kind of things, or maybe the smartphones, so it is speech technology is there. If you ask that anything into the Google, so Google will automatically open or automatically will perform that particular things. Now if you put certain kind of comments to that particular machines, so machine will perform. Alexa has come into the market. So smartwatches has come, so everything, and nowadays that a car and automobiles has already are there. So whatever the comment you are going to give, or maybe you are going to tell, so they can recognize and they can easily perform that particular task what you are asking for. So basically now context, outcomes, so basically you are keeping the data over there. Now the processing, so rules, algorithms, so it is run based on some certain software, certain technology, certain things. So it will interpret, predict and act. And then the outcome means two times, either it will perform very successfully, or maybe there will be some failures, or maybe the problem may occur. So when the problems occur, so automatically assessment, that means it is feedback. So it will analysis that where the problems is occurring, why it is occurring, how it is occurring, how to rectify that problem, whatever the invention it needs, or maybe the rectification it needs. Then you have to do the adjustment into the data input, or maybe your programming, or maybe your some algorithms and target outcomes, so that the loop will be continuous. AI in manufacturing prospects. So Siemens, GE, Fanuc, KUKA, Bosch, Microsoft, and NVIDIA. So these all are the leading industry basically throughout the world. So why I am telling, because they have already entered into the industry 4.0. So among other industry giants are already heavily investing in manufacturing AI with machine learning approaches to boost every part of the manufacturing. I'll give you certain examples of some companies. So manufacturing is one of the main industries that uses the artificial intelligence and machine learning technologies to its fullest potential. Smart factories. So smart factories 4.0, what is that? The major cuts in unexpected downtime. So that means the machine should not fail, or it should be errorless. So automatically your production rate will increase. Better design of products. Yes, the finishing, the assembling, or maybe that aesthetic value of that particular product should increase, or maybe already increased. Improved efficiency and transition times. Yes, from one step to another. So either earlier days we used to use take the help of the crane, or maybe the people are taking one parts from one to another zone, but nowadays everything is automated. So we are having the conveyor belt, we are having the pulley, we are having the lever, so continuously the material is moving from one to another, and after that the final product we are getting basically. Enhanced overall product quality and worker safety. Yes, of course, because when we are trying to diminish the human interventions, so automatically the safety is increasing. Artificial intelligence is the heart of Industry 4.0. That is a blend of industrial AI and IoT, delivering more productivity while staying environmental friendly. Now, how can AI help in manufacturing? So smart maintenance, first and foremost, important part of every asset reliant production operations. Unplanned downtime cost plants and factories a lot because of asset failure. That's why predictive maintenance became a vital solution that will help save an enormous amount of money. Yes, that means before going to start any process, your machine is having the prediction. If I follow this path, if I follow this command, maybe it can create certain problems, or maybe machine can damage. So by this way, so what will happen? So your predictive maintenance, or maybe the part damage, or maybe the wastage is minimum. Complex AI algorithm like neural networks and machine learning are generating trustworthy predictions. Yes, now it is almost 99.999% of the satisfactions level. So it is giving that much of percentage that how the remaining useful life of equipment becomes significantly longer. If something needs to be repaired or replaced, technicians will know beforehand, and even will know which methods to use to fix the issue. Yes, of course. Nowadays, you can understand when you are purchasing any kind of sophisticated machines and all these things. Earlier days, the engineer used to come, they can set up the machines. Yes, of course. Nowadays, also in the first time they are set up the machines, but in future, or maybe in later, when the material, the equipment is getting certain problems, the engineer basically they are not coming. They are contacting with that particular some softwares with that particular machines. wherever they are sitting over there. From there, basically they are rectifying these kind of problems. So by any connect software, they are going into the that particular machines, they are running that particular machines from somewhere from the abroad. Maybe they are sitting in Germany or maybe the USA or maybe some other places. From there, they are seeing the problems, they are giving the solutions. So now you can understand, if a person will come from the Germany or maybe the USA, you have to bear the cost. So how much money basically we are saving. And not only that, it's the time. And even if in our computers also, in our mobiles also, we are having so many things. We are having the restore point. That means is simple, you can go back to your that particular date or maybe the zone when your computer or mobile was working fine. So you store that on or maybe choose that day, so automatically whatever the problem it has occurred maybe after 5 days or 10 days, that will be diminished. So like this way, there are so many things basically knowingly or unknowingly we have totally wrapped up by this AI or maybe the machine learning kind of things. Better product development, generative design in the method that allows putting a detailed brief created by humans into an AI algorithm. The information in the brief can contain different parameters like available production resources, budget, and time. Yes, everything is included. The algorithm examines all possible variations and generates a few optimal solutions. So that means it is starting from the raw to the final one. So everything is taken care. This set of solutions can be evaluated by pre-trained machine learning models. Yes, you are having some existing software or maybe you are generating certain softwares too, which can add more insights and pick certain options. We can go through this process as many times as we want to settle on the perfect one. Artificial intelligence is completely objective without any unproven assumptions, unlike human can have. So that is the thing. So it is fully objective. Intelligent machining. A major challenge for the machining industry is the time-consuming task of cost and estimations, which acts as bottleneck for the productivity of the machines. Yes, cost estimation. So basically, ultimately, any product, anything, whatever may be, so cost matters. Basically, and we human beings are having the tendency, basically, we are searching for every time for the low cost kind of things. So we need basically the at the low cost, but we need the maximum service or maybe the maximum solutions. But sometimes it may happen, but sometimes there are certain brand company, so basically we have to compromise for getting the better one. Because when we are going to get so many features, so many advantages, of course we have to pay more. But sometimes for the small things or maybe the small household things, I know that if I go for 5 rupees this item, so maybe it can work for 1 year. So if I put the 20 rupees, so it can go maybe 1.5 years. So that time maybe we can compromise on maybe some small cases we can compromise. Object detection using AI-based vision helps in cost estimation to increase the overall productivity of that particular process. Now come to the quality improvement. So in the modern world of short deadlines and the increased level of complexity, so when the industry is trying to bring, say suppose another best example you can better understand. So nowadays every country, they are trying to develop the vaccines for this COVID-19. This search to basically the vaccine we need very quickly. Now the question is that basically for making any kind of vaccines, you need at least 5 to 10 years of research. So first you have to put into make some laboratory test, then you have to put onto some animal test, and then after that if it will be passed, then you have to put to some humans, and then you have to next stage you have to choose different, their gene and their DNA all are different. So basically whether when you are making any kind of vaccines, so vaccine is the standard one, so it should work for any people. So it doesn't depend upon the environment, it should not depend upon the food habit, it should not depend upon the where you are, it should not depend your any caste or maybe any kind of racism kind of things. So it should be work for the mankind. But now we don't have that much of time. because in a small time frame you have to start the productions. So the same thing, so but you have to maintain the quality too. So you cannot compromise with the quality. So suppose you are injecting that vaccines and some person is feeling bad, or maybe not recovering, or maybe is getting very worsen, then health problem. So basically that time, that means that vaccine is not so good. So you have to make it very quick, or maybe very short time, but it should work to all the mankind. So customers expect impeccable products. Also, product defects can cause recalls, which massively damages. Of course, when they are doing the trial, maybe some cases they fail. Again, they are going back to the first stage. They are checking their input parameters. If possible, they are changing it. They are trying to rectify those problems. Again, they are trying to put it onto the humans. So like this way, maybe we hope so that within maybe 5 months or maybe the 6 months, we are going to get the vaccine. So AI can alert companies to problems in the production line that can result in quality issues. These faults could be major or subtle, but they all influence the overall level of production and could be eliminated in the early stage. Yes, because when it is coming into the market, after that you can't do anything. So before going to the market, whatever the testing, whatever the rectifications, whatever the modifications required, that everything you have to finish it out. And then after that, you have to send these things into the market. Because if it is going to the market, after that, rolling back from the market is not so easy. Analyzing images in real time to complete product quality inspections in the automotive and consumer products industries also helps manufacturers stay in compliance with stringent regulatory requirements. Yes, of course, there are so many laws, there are so many standards, so you have to follow all those things. It doesn't mean that when you are putting any artificial intelligence or maybe the machine learning, you are not going to follow any rules or regulations. You have to follow all those. Simultaneously, you have to make the digitization. Machine version and AI solution of quality inspections. So machine version uses high resolution cameras to monitor defects way better than a human can. It could be combined with a cloud-based data processing framework that generates an automatic response. Manufacturer can obtain the data. Manufacturer can obtain data on the performance of their products when they hit the market to make better strategic decisions in the future. The speed of manufacturing is often dependent upon the speed of machine vision inspections. Creating efficiencies in machine vision can have wide-reaching benefits of manufacturing productivity. So this is the things. Now you can see that when it is giving certain kind of lights, so basically what is that? Basically it is checking. It is checking the compliance, it is checking its diameter, it is checking its height and everything. Not only that, it is scanning if there is any cracks or pores in this particular zone. So basically it is checking all those things. So continuously it is checking, and then if there is any problem, so the whole line will stop. You have to replace it, and then you have to do the modifications. So basically, this is the some use of AI in the quality inspections. That is the visual inspections I was talking about. So I am just putting one video over there, so just you can see it.
Here we are going to show you a demo on AI-powered manufacturing. And just to set the context of this demo, in industrial manufacturing, artificial intelligence is bringing a huge possibility of transformation. When we do industrial manufacturing, essentially we play with multiple dimensions. One such dimension is quality, and another is availability or uptime of the industrial machinery. And in this demo, we are going to show how AI is influencing or creating a paradigm shift in the industrial quality management process and industrial maintenance process. And its ability of detecting anomaly is leading us to a regime of predictive maintenance. To show these aspects, I introduce my colleague, Tobias Stoeckel, who will show us the first part, the quality aspect of industrial manufacturing.
So here we are looking at IBM Visual Insights, which we are using to train Watson to detect automatically quality defects in manufacturing. So these are actual spare parts from an automotive manufacturing line, and we have trained a model on our AI hardware using IBM Visual Insights to automatically detect various kinds of defects with these parts. Now, these defects can be of different nature. For example, here we are looking at a part with a very, very obvious defect. Somebody has snapped off that red tab that is supposed to keep it in position for final assembly. And Watson was actually able to correctly pick up this anomaly, this defect, and classify this entire part as defective. However, we can also pick up very, very subtle defects. For example, in this case, we have a tiny, tiny connector pin that is just slightly bent out of shape. Again, Watson was correctly able to detect this defect of a bent connector pin. Now, we are not really looking at getting 100% of accuracy. We would love to believe that the human quality inspector reaches 100% of accuracy. However, what we see in reality when we take into account fatigue, when we take into account shift breaks, is that a human quality inspector rarely gets up to 100%. We are more or less looking at around 92%. Now with Watson, we are able to match that human operator, that human inspector, while he is operating at his maximum concentration level, but then are able to continuously keep this level of accuracy and get consistent results from our automated visual inspection.
Now, in this case, we have a sophisticated piece of equipment that has a lot of sensors, a lot of instrumentation, which allows us to do this sophisticated modeling. However, it's not able to, for example, detect when somebody maliciously gives the robot a smack or something is knocking against the robot. It simply doesn't have the sensors to recognize this. To be able to monitor that, we are using a contact microphone and the IBM Acoustic Insight service to understand what normal sounds like and then alert operators when there is a problem. And we can see on the dashboard that it has correctly recognized that there is a tapping anomaly on the robot. What we will also see on the other screens at the station is that the system allows us to create work orders and then bring the right information to the operator, to the maintenance technician, in the form of service manuals, technical manuals, but also past information such as work orders and other notes that colleagues have created over time.
What we are also training Watson to do is to monitor our equipment and to enable us to provide maximum uptime and availability of that equipment.
What we have here is Equipment Advisor, which is a solution to be able to analyze and quantify the health of the equipment that we have here, and then help maintenance technicians to repair things before they go wrong with the right information. So what you can see at the moment is that the robot is going through its motions, it's moving through, and everything is good. The health score at the moment is in the high 90s because based on the learned model of these movements, we can see it is as expected. We can, however, simulate a failure. If I take this weight and place it onto the robot, what will happen is that the model will recognize that we are moving away from the expected values that we have trained it on, and will then explain and show to us that there is a problem. So it's going through its normal movements, and we can see on the dashboard the health score is slowly declining as our confidence that there is a problem increases. And sure enough, we will see that the health score goes below a given threshold, and that a warning has been created so that the operator is aware.
This is a machine learning-based system. In other words, I don't have to have a PhD in data science like I do in some of the solutions. I can simply install the sensors, the microphones in the equipment, let it get a baseline, let it train. It literally calls you and you classify it. and it programs itself automatically. And what's very important about this is we found that a lot of the equipment that brings down plants aren't instrumented. And so this is a very quick way to install that, get those machines monitored, and give you early warning when you're going to have a problem.
Okay, fine. So it's nice one. So next we start with the market adaptation. So basically AI and ML also can improve the supply chains. As I told already, not only that, it will only not do the performing for making any kind of products or kind of things. So basically what it will do the market survey also. So suppose what is the requirement of that market, what the customer they ask for, or maybe they are looking for. So basically they are doing the survey kind of things. Not only that, after making that particular product, how we are going to send it to the different shops or maybe to the customers, how we can reach very quickly, where you have to put your industry so that you can reach to the maximum people. Nowadays you can see that so many products, basically the American products or maybe something, so they are having the warehouse in China. Why? Because if from India, if I search any kind of things and if it will come from directly from the USA, so it will take a longer time. Probably the people don't have that much of patience. So they are putting in some cases where they are having the maximum customer, rather I can say the targeted customer, they are putting the warehouse nearer to them so that their product can reach very quickly to them, to the customer. Managers can improve their strategic visions by relying on AI suggestions. Estimates are generated AI based on linking together a number of factors such as political situation, weather, consumer behavior, and the status of the economy. Stock, inventory, and the supply of materials could be calculated according to the predictions. Now, I can give you certain examples of some industries like Siemens, Fanuc, Caterpillar, GM, GE, Thales, and of course the BMW. The biggest companies around the globe, artificial intelligence and machine learning, basically they are using for manufacturing, and they are investing in lots of money for this particular development. So what basically Siemens are doing? So the German conglomerate claims that its practical experience in industrial AI for manufacturing already boosted the development and applications of the technology. For decades, they leveraged neural networks for monitoring. So neural networks was the starting point basically, as well as improving their performance. Over the last 10 years, they invested over $10 billion in the acquisition of software companies. Now you can understand that how or maybe what is their strength. AI-based initiatives by the Siemens. First is that's called the MindSphere, a smart cloud that enables manufacturers to monitor the machine fleets around the globe, which I was talking about. So from anywhere of the world, wherever their machines are running, so they can monitor all the machines from their headquarters or maybe from their own office. IBM's Watson Analytics. The purpose of this solution is to grab every parameter in the manufacturing process from development to delivery and find issues and the ways to solve them. So it is a database basically they are making. A neural network based AI in gas turbine. Over 500 sensors monitor various parameters and the system learns and makes decisions on adjusting fuel values for the most efficient performance. Not only that, you can see now whatever the cars are coming. So car or maybe the automobile car also, the engine, it is drastically changing. Earlier days, you can see that when we are using the diesel engine was having certain problems in the winter situations or somewhere else. But now the question is that whatever the diesel engines we are using or maybe the diesel car we are using in this winter, also there is no such problem. Turbocharger has come, engine compatibility has come, so many things has come. So now all the problems has been solved. Not only that, if you go for any kind of car sale, suppose I can give you the Mahindra XUV 500 because that experience I am having. So basically in that particular car, if you go to the monitor, it will tell you about the health of your particular car. So in light, in engine, in brake, in anywhere, if it is having any kind of problems or maybe any sorts of failures, so it will show you. So just you put your computer over there, you see the health of that your particular car, and then you monitor, you rectify all these things, so automatically minimize the efforts, time, and of course the cost. So everything, so it is one kind of things like a black box kind of things. So all the data it is having over there, how it has engine has been failure has been taken place, or maybe the brake has been failure, and what should be the rectifications. To illustrate this, imagine a company that needs to deliver a limited editions of chairs. All the company has to do is upload the design, then the systems will provide this information to the factories that have all the necessary tools to build them. After the factory starts production, the company's management can seek potential buyers in real time. This significantly boosts the path from design to delivery. So this is an example basically. Then come to the General Electric, GE. General Electric makes everything from home appliance to massive industrial machinery. They have over 500 plants worldwide, but they have only just begun to make them smart. So if you clap it, your light can be switched off. If you make some sounds, so your TV can on, or maybe anything can be possible. So all are the artificial intelligence, or maybe the human brain working like a human brain. So Brilliant Manufacturing Suite, it is an attempt for GE to track and process everything in every aspect of manufacturing to find all possible problems and failures. The first Brilliant factory in India received $200 million in investments and raised the effectiveness rate of facility by 18% thanks to these particular solutions, artificial intelligence. GE's Brilliant Manufacturing Suite aims to connect all elements of manufacturing, such as design, engineering, distribution, into the global smart system that is scalable. IoT platform Predix. It is an IoT platform. This platform uses sensors to monitor all aspects of the manufacturing process and the performance of sophisticated equipment. Predix means prediction, has deep learning capabilities that can process all the information and come up with actionable insight, means how to solve that one. GE already over $1 billion in this system, and by 2020, Predix will process over 1 million terabytes of information a day. Now we can understand that how basically we have totally dependent upon this artificial intelligence and the machine learning. Fanuc, it is a famous Japanese company basically, which basically making the robots and the robots more smarter. It is a leader in industrial robotics by integrating deep learning into robots. Fanuc collaborated with Rockwell and Cisco to introduce the Fanuc Intelligent Edge Link and drive an IoT platform in industry. The partnership with NVIDIA resulted in using Fanuc AI chips for the factories for the future. So the robot will perform all the things. So the usage of deep reinforcement learning led to the ability of some industrial robots to train themselves. Fanuc and NVIDIA, because we need, there are some portions or some zone, maybe the human cannot enter. Suppose one place it is having the full of toxic gases. So I cannot enter, you cannot enter. If we enter, we can die. Or maybe there is certain kind of fire kind of things. The human cannot enter. But simple a machine or maybe a robot can enter and solve the problems over there. Fanuc and NVIDIA aim to enable multiple robots to learn simultaneously. If robots can learn together, it will be faster for each of them individually. In the future, robots will be able to share their skills with each other, saving time in manufacturing process in the smart factory. Applications, Caterpillar's Marine Division in saving $400,000 per ship per year after machine learning analyzed data on how often hulls should be cleaned. Because when the ships are there into the sea water, there is a chance of formations of the algae or maybe the rusting or something like that. So you have to clean it. So clean the surface body, otherwise the corrosions will be taking place. So this is the machine learning. So it is a prediction, or maybe it is just giving you the informations that you have to clean it, or maybe you have to do the modifications. BMW Group uses AI to evaluate component images in ongoing production lines to spot deviations from the standard in real time. Then General Motors collaborated with Autodesk to implement generative design algorithm. The algorithms rely on machine learning techniques to factor in design constraints and provides an optimized product design. Nissan, it is also the Japanese company, is piloting the use of AI to design new models in real time, hoping to reduce time to market for the next generation model series. So car, basically the automobiles, nowadays they are booming with artificial intelligence and the machine learning. Thales SA, a leading supplier of electronic systems to wide spectrum of industries. Company is using machine learning to predict preventive maintenance for high-speed rail lines throughout Europe. So now you are coming to the railway also. Yes, of course, our RDSO Railway Research Board is also working on these kind of things. They are trying to implement some GPS, some navigations kind of things so that they can monitor the health of your rail track. Because in the winter or maybe summer, some cracks occur, so you have to remove all these things, otherwise the accident may occur anytime. So the company collects historical and current data on thousands of sensors, train parts, and the current state of subsystems across European transcontinental rail system. Drawing on the data, it developed an AI algorithm to predict potential problems and identify when specific parts need to be replaced, attaining a high level of reliability in the process. Nokia, the phone company, has introduced a video application that uses machine learning to alert an assembly operator if there are inconsistencies in the production process. Now we can see that how fine you are getting the feedback when the problem occurs and how to solve that. This is the applied industrialized AI manufacturing process basically. So the percentage, predictive maintenance, then improve production, predict overall equipment effectiveness, production quality, safety risk, and then from there optimize production, optimize supply chain, optimize staff allocations, real-time supply chain, real-time production planning, simulate design. But of course there are certain challenges. Yesterday also I was talking about. So first one is that high cost. At the initial cost is too high, of course, no doubt at all. So though the cost has been decreasing in the past few years, individual development expenditures are still very high for basic AI. Small business with a low capital investment may have difficulty generating the funds necessary to leverage AI. For larger companies, the price of AI may be higher depending on how much AI is involved in the process. Because of higher cost, the feasibility of leveraging AI becomes a challenge for many companies. But the problem is that if you continue that particular product, maybe after 5 years or 10 years, so automatically the product cost will diminish because the installations or maybe the first time user cost is very high. Nevertheless, the cost of utilizing AI can be cheaper for companies with the advent of open source artificial intelligence software. There are so many softwares are coming into the market. Reduced employment opportunities, yes, of course, because you are decreasing the human intervention. So AI decision making, so there is certain programming error, some environmental impacts also. So yesterday, which I was talking about, so some kind of erroneous algorithms can occur, or maybe sometimes some problems may occur, so which machine cannot take the certain decisions as like the human. And of course, the main problem is that electronic waste, because nowadays we are talking about the green composites, green environment, and all these things. So all the electronic waste should be the compatible one or maybe a biocompatible one. So it should not create any hazardous or maybe any pollutions to the systems. Is AI the future of manufacturing? It's a very nice question, basically. So the manufacturing sector is a perfect fit for the application of artificial intelligence. Till now, which we are talking about, we have seen so many examples, videos. From the design process, the production flow to the supply chain and administration, AI is destined to change the way we manufacture products and process materials. Yes, of course, everywhere we are seeing that artificial intelligence and machine learning is coming into the picture. Considering the high cost of AI-driven systems, as the technology matures, the cost drop. What I told. So after a certain time, automatically the cost will decrease. At the initial time, the first initial cost will be increased, of course. Rapid data and data-driven decisions are way more effective than the trial and error-based conventional methods. And use of AI doesn't mean that manufacturing will be taken over by the machines. Yes, of course, it is not fully taken by, because there should be some persons which will basically look after the machines or maybe that softwares or something like that. But of course, the number of persons intervention will be reduced, but it should not be zero. So for this, so I am closing my today's sessions. So now I welcome that if you are having any doubts or any questions or anything regarding this lecture, so you can.
Dear participant, if you have any, please discuss with the Corsixa, or you can put the question in the chat box.
Hello.
Yeah, Prem sir, you can directly discuss with the sir, no problem.
Hello, sir. Very good morning, sir. Sir, it was a very nice presentation, sir. Sir, actually, I have a question, sir. There is a discussion which you started related to A&ML. How we can bridge A&ML and wireless alternatives? So, can you
Corsixa?
please share some ideas?
Corsixa.
I'm sorry because I didn't get your questions because it was fully noise and all these things.
Sir, my question is that how we can bridge A&ML with the wireless networks? Where we can migrate, like where we can come, where we can bridge different technologies.
What is your question, that where we can bridge the AI and ML, right?
That means in application oriented, sir, for sensor development point of view.
For sensor development, all these things, AI and ML is something different. ML is nothing but that it is a machine learning. That means you are training your machines, you are training, giving the training to your machines that how the machine will perform, right? AI is something like that. It is the intelligence kind of things. Why I'm talking about the artificial intelligence? Artificial intelligence, basically you are giving a brain to that particular computer. So suppose I am telling that you follow this path, you go straight. If you not, you can go to the right or maybe the left. So that is basically the machine learning. But now when I am giving that particular path, that now the machine is going straight. If it is facing certain problem, maybe it can rectify by its own. I don't need to give any kind of loop or feedback. So in the process, continuous learning. So if the machine is facing certain kind of problem, so machine will automatically solve that without the human interventions. So it totally depends upon your requirement. It totally depends upon which path basically you are going for. And of course, everywhere you can put your artificial intelligence technology.
Sir, another question from Samant Pichel. Sir, given that what is the application of AI and ML in the lab machine?
CNC machines we are using. We are using the CNC lathe. So that is also basically what is that? We are giving the code, it is having the computer, the machine is performing. So now the question is that in future, if I write down the programming that how the machine will perform, and lathe, yesterday I have shown one video that how the lathe machine is performing from particular the raw product to the final product. So that is the examples of the CNC lathe machines using the artificial intelligence and the machine learning.
Anybody have any discussion? You can put in the chat box. Sir, Sonali Patel madam, given how we can use AI ML in finding accuracy of final product.
See, AI, you don't think one is that the AI or ML is something like a human. Probably you people are little bit of misunderstood that what is the AI and ML. AI ML is not something like that human or something a robot. It is a technology basically. So whatever your machine is doing, I am putting that particular technology or maybe that particular command to that particular machine. AI ML cannot do anything unless and until it will be equipped with some equipment and all these things. Earlier days, it was doing by the human. So human, you are measuring some height or maybe the length. You are using the scale. Continuously you are measuring. But sometimes maybe due to your patience or maybe tiredness, maybe 10.01, you have overlooked. But when I'm talking about the machines, the machine will continuously monitor the 10. Exact 10, if it is 10.01, it will reject the system. So now this technology, this AI and ML has given to that particular machines. Now, when I am talking about this AI and ML, so suppose 10.01 is allowable, that is within the tolerance limit. So machine will automatically take the decision and it will allow the sample. If not, machine will perform the other task to make it exactly 10 and then it will be go through.
Sir, Kranti Kumar sir given how can get opportunities in AI as mechanical fresher.
How can get opportunities in AI as mechanical freshers? Okay, so first of all, that artificial intelligence or maybe the machine learning. So you, whatever the machines you are talking about, it's not about the freshers or maybe the beginners or maybe the seniors kind of things. Basically, the thing is that your machine or maybe the whatever the equipment you are using, that should be compatible with that artificial intelligence and the machine learning. So first we have to start with basic instruments, those who can access the artificial intelligence and machine learning. During my lecture, I have given n number of examples. I have given the examples of mobile. I am giving the examples of the Alexa, smartwatch, car, everything. So everywhere, basically, we are using the artificial intelligence. So by knowingly or unknowingly, every day, basically, we are using the machine learning and artificial intelligence. That has been done by some other company, and we are using their facility. So suppose if you are going to introduce in some mechanical industry or maybe the mechanical machines, so that your machine should have that capability, then you have to make certain kind of modifications so that the machine can follow your decision.
Good. Anybody have, dear sir and madam? If you have any discussion, it is an open platform. You can able to discuss because sir had given the free time to all of us here to discuss something regarding the program. And if you want any research related work, then he is ready to help you.
Yes, sir. I am interested in the research related work. Please just guide us.
Yes, sir. What in which field and what kind of questions you can able to put it, sir? Because yesterday so many people demanded that sir we have to go with the discussion. So for that reason I requested to sir give at least sometimes for the open discussion because this is a FDP program is not meant only attend and give the feedback. It is a platform where we can share our knowledge, where we can able to discuss so many things related to the advanced technique and technology and the work where we can able to start our
In
work.
mechanical field, sir. Just I need some
Sir.
research related in mechanical field only.
Yes, in which area, sir? Area just like your we are telling that this is the application of your digital system, digital manufacturing, or you can say that advanced technology of the CNCs, etc. Just you
In
will just put
manufacturing.
it manufacturing. Kaushik, sir, can you help? Kaushik, sir.
From the manufacturing point of view, if I tell you that where you can start your research or something like that. So suppose if you are talking about the digital manufacturing, so basically the first thing will come your EDM, PCM, and so many non-conventional manufacturing techniques. So many non-conventional manufacturing techniques, whatever the latest machines or maybe the equipments are coming, all are the artificial intelligence or ML. Because earlier days you have to give all the input parameters to those machines, but nowadays just you have to write the codes or either in Atlas. Say suppose, let me give you one example. Suppose into the CNC cutting in the welding, or maybe you are going to do any kind of assembly line. So what basically you are doing, you are writing anything into the softwares, either maybe AutoCAD or maybe the CATIA or maybe some CAD/CAM software. You are putting that software in the computer and the welding. So it is all about the welding, all about and all about the other.
Sir, another question from the Thairi Ali Khan sir. In which language we are coding so that machine can implement accordingly?
It depends upon the software.
Yes.
It's simple question, simple answer, because there are so many versions. I cannot use the Apple tab or Apple things unless and until I know the Mac version. So that the Android version or maybe the Android software basically not running into the Mac version. Mac is having their own code, own language. So if I want to write something, so if I using the AutoCAD software, then AutoCAD language should not run for the MATLAB, or maybe should not work for the any kind of ANSYS. So every machine language software is having their own code, their punctuations, their things. If you remember those who are working with the AutoCAD, earlier days, the AutoCAD, we used to write so many things for making any kind of designs. But nowadays, it is totally your operator based. So just you have to give the instructions, draw a line from this point to this point. So automatically it will draw. So everything has been modified. So there is no such common language that one language I'll write and it will run for all. It totally depends upon your input parameters. It totally depends upon your requirements. It totally depends upon that which software basically you are working.
Thank you, sir. Sir, any other? And participant wants to discuss, then he can allow, because this is the open platform for the discussion. Repeatedly we are telling it is an open platform for the discussion. Or you can put the question on the chat box. Okay. Might have they will put the question in their free time in other time, sir. You can able to mail me, no problem at all. I will pass the question to the concerned person, and their response also will communicate to you. It's you can say that it is a just a relationship or to gain the knowledge. Thank you, Kaushik sir, for your valuable talk and your given time to us from your busy schedule.
Thank you all. Thank you all. It's a very
Today, yes,
opportunity
today.
to interact with you all. It's a good one because it's a learning for me also.
Yes, sir. Kaushik sir, can you share the slide with us? Can you send the slide to me so that I can able to send the slides to all the participants?
Probably you are recording the whole thing, no?
Actually, the yesterday's session and today's session slides, can you please share it?
Dr. Raj?
Yes, sir. Sir, this
Probably
is
you
a
are
little
recording, no?
yes, sir. Recording is there, but the filtration is good. Little bit technical problem is here, and participant also PPTs.
No,
If
the
you
PPT is
say,
okay. I don't have any issue. But the problem is that lecture, if you share the recording one, that will be more good for them because there are questions and all these things, so it will be more easy to them.
That we will share surely, sir. But if you will share the PPT, then
Okay,
also
give
it
me
will
some
be
time. I give me some time. I'll give it to you. No problem.
sure, sure, sir, sure, sir. Then, sir, thank you for the today's session. For your busy schedule, you have given a time because today how much busy you are. I know it. Thank you very much, sir, for your valuable time. You share so many things with this AI and ML applications, and it's a future perspectives also, right? So from this 2 days, we got the clarity on the what is the AI and ML and how it can helpful in this digital manufacturing. The digital manufacturing is nothing but that is a technology we are adopting for the manufacturing process, and it will be controlled either auto control by the machine or it have a control through the programmer. It's a very nice session, sir, from your side. Thank you very much to be a part of this FDP program. Thank you, Kosik, sir.
Thank you all. So I'm closing it. So good day to all.
Thank you. Have a nice day, sir. Dear participant, the same, just I am sharing the link to your registered mail only. So please fill it. It will work for minimum, maximum to 1 hour. Okay, within that one, you will just please fill the feedback. I am sending it to your concerned registered mail. And request to be participate in the afternoon session. Due to the busy schedule of SARS today, the program is a little bit going to be cancelled. But as per request, sir, given the time, whatever maybe the session is good, and with the cooperation of you all people, it's running smoothly. Thanks to all from my side. So much cooperation you will get it. If any problem, please feel free to contact with me directly. No problem at all. Again, I'm telling you that registered to the registered mail only. I will send the feedback link now, and it will work for the few minutes only. Thank you all.
Sir, once
Sir,
again.
sir,
Uh,
Shravan sir, tell me.
sir, afternoon session the same time, 4 o'clock.
Yes, sir, 4 o'clock. Actually, today's what happened, sir? Sir have a busy schedule. He have a meeting, a central
Okay.
meeting from Delhi. Okay.
Okay.
So instead of cancelling, he told that I can able to go ahead with the 1 and 15 minutes, no problem. Okay, sir, no problem at
Oh.
all. Because sir, you know that
Then
the IIT.
that one more question, sir.
Yes,
That
sir, tell me, sir.
one Mr. Babu Reddy sent some messages. That
No,
feedback link is not getting, sir.
sir,
It will not
as per
go,
I am telling,
Mr.
no,
Babu Reddy.
as per, sir, I am telling you that because some persons what they have done, they have joined in the WhatsApp group. Okay, sir, they have not
Hmm.
registered actually. So I am sending the message to the registered mail.
Hmm.
Okay, sir. So they have not registered the program. They might have joined in this
Oh.
WhatsApp group only. So don't worry, those who have not joined, sir. Again, with the same title with the different persons, I'm going to conduct another FDP. Right, sir. This is
Oh.
also same from the AICTE sponsor program. I'm planning it will start from 24th or 25th. As soon as it will be over on the 14th November, I'm also planning and I'm discussing with the reputed speakers, sir. And some more interesting practical things I want to involve there with the laboratories, right? So the discussion is going on. For that reason, the date is not fixed, and we will publish the date. Most tentative date is the 24th to 26th. We will start it. Okay. So with the same title,
Okay.
but a different speaker with a different topic content of the syllabus of that program. So there you can able to register it. No problem. Okay, sir. Shravan, sir.
Okay.
Thank you, sir.
Okay.
I will say yes, sir. Shravan, settle me.
Oh.
I will
Okay.
send the feedback form within a few minutes
Okay.
to
So
all the
one
concerned
last question,
registered.
sir.
Sir, Shravan, sir, tell me, sir, please.
Sir, for every session, you will send that registered mail only,
to the
the link.
registered and sir we will see that with
Every
the
session.
3 days. Yes, sir, with the 3 days
Okay.
monitoring,
Okay. Thank
with
you,
the
sir.
three
Thank you.
with the 3 days monitoring, those participants who are not joining or not giving their feedback, then we will eliminate them from the group.
Cut it, sir.
No problem. Hey, what I told sir,
Hope you have received my feedback yesterday.
Yes, sir. All of us, you will get it, sir.
Yesterday I had both the feedbacks. Hope you have received it. Okay.
Yes,
Thank you, sir.
Today I am sending it, sir.
Okay, thank you very much, sir.
Thank you, sir. Thank you. Anuradha, madam. Anuradha, madam, maybe little bit network is a problem from here and there. You can call me, no problem.
क्या किसका डबल हो गया?